Facebook gaming, we need some freaking updates. What's going on with the platform? We've got 11 updates that everybody absolutely 100%, 1000% needs, including, I think we have a top suggestion from a full-time Facebook gaming streamer. Perrin, what you got, man? Yeah. Facebook's listening right now. Zuck is listening. Tell him what you want.
You know that feature that you have that gets your platform more concurrent viewership? You should implement that feature, Mark Zuckerberg, right now. Right now. Let's do it. Right now.
This podcast is sponsored by Restream. Why live stream to one platform when you can simultaneously live stream to every platform to discover new audiences faster using Restream.io? Ross.
You know, one of my favorite things when looking at this list is I love getting a good Andrew Perrin rant, and I have a feeling we're going to get there right now with number 2. Let's talk about the good emotes that Facebook does not have, Perrin.
The good emotes. You know, the ones that Twitch has that made their platform really, really successful, and the one that like no other streaming platform seems to understand, like do good emotes. That's where all the memes come from. That's where all the community is driven from. And Mixer didn't do it, and look where they are. You know, and none of the other streaming platforms really have gotten the gist of this like Twitch has. It's like no one's paying attention to what the #1 platform is doing successfully and replicating it to success. Facebook gaming, we have stickers. Stickers are okay. I mean, you have to already have fan subscriptions to have that unlocked.
Dude, we're grown-ass adults. Why are you giving us stickers, man? I'm a grown man over here.
Like they can look good, but they're actually too big for one. Like, okay, I got some complaints on stickers. They're too big. Like I don't see pretty much any fan bases using them very frequently. Not like when you go to Twitch and there's just emote spam the whole time. You need funny, good, meme-worthy emotes that are driven specifically by the community. And Facebook gaming, if you don't do this update, you're not going to grow. And guess what? You're already stuck at a growth level and you're struggling to get more viewership on the platform. This is why. You don't have any memes to hit the popular culture to come out for people to talk about. You don't have that fun chat interactivity and that tribal nature going on. And that's because you don't have good emotes. Get good emotes. It's one of the #1 feature I think Facebook gaming needs to have success. And if you don't have it, the platform will fail, in my opinion.
That makes sense. There's something I'd like to add here in terms of your first comment. You were making a joke, obviously, about we need more concurrent viewers, but I think something that everybody wants who's a Facebook gaming streamer is expanded algorithm reach for real, though. I mean, if gaming is going to be one of the biggest verticals for Facebook and they really want to get this thing to take off, they need to have the concurrent viewership continue to increase over time. And what I've seen is a lot of complaints from a lot of streamers recently, and I'd love it if you could pull up some numbers on how the viewership's trending on the platform overall, Perrin, because we've heard a lot of our viewers complaining about how their reach has decreased significantly over time. Over the past, like, let's say 6 months, it's really been going down. And look at these Facebook total hours streamed per quarter. Holy moly, this number right behind me here. At Q3 of last year, what's that? 7.5 million is where it was at. And then look at that exponential growth curve right there. Holy crap. It looks like the amount of streaming hours doubled in 1 quarter. So basically, what we're saying is that the amount of competition on Facebook gaming doubled in 1 quarter. In 3 months, it doubled. But let's look and see if the amount of hours watched doubled at the same time. So do you mind going down to that? Because this really tells the story about whether they're giving the Facebook algorithm. Ooh, look at the concurrent viewership right there. Yeah, not so much on the doubling. So if the amount of competition doubled in the last quarter, the amount of people watching only increased by 10%. So competition's gone up by 100%, but viewership has only gone up by 10%. So in that quarter, everybody who's streaming on Facebook gaming took a massive hit in terms of the amount of algorithm reach that they're getting. So to me, these numbers indicate that Zuckerberg or the team needs to open up the nozzle a little bit and serve more gaming streams to more people on Facebook gaming if they want streamers to stay interested in the platform longer term. We don't want this to turn into another Twitch. We don't want this to turn into another zero growth situation, because guess what? I'm about to keep it real. You're Facebook. People don't even like Facebook. And so the only reason why they're on your platform right now is because they can get free reach for their live stream, and you're giving it to them, and you're building good faith along the way by doing that. As soon as the free reach stops, as soon as you stop giving that algorithm juice to streamers that are coming to your platform, they're gonna freaking leave because you're Facebook. It's not cool to stream on your platform. Perrin, do you have anything to add to that? I mean, I feel like that's like the only reason why anybody's there.
Yeah, I mean, look, so you're trying to make Facebook gaming a Twitch competitor, and Facebook's page algorithm is very, very strict, and it works for page type of content. You have to design it, you have to tweak it for live content. It's just not going to work for gamers otherwise. Like, look at the current challenge for gaming creators. You cannot change a game. You can't change the game that you're going to play. So the platform actually just totally kills variety streamers, like, period. So you just can't exist on the platform, because as soon as you swap to a piece of content that gets less reach, less engagement than like whatever your main game is, the algorithm tanks you. They have to change the algorithm to allow more adaptability for creators. Otherwise, they're never going to come to the platform. They don't want to be locked into one single game their entire streaming career. I mean, there are some creators that can do that, but it's pretty rare. That's a very small subset of most creators. So you have to have the algorithm cater more towards gaming creators, because what's there that exists currently for pages doesn't work well for gaming creators. And we're seeing that now. And this is why concurrent viewership is dying. And we're seeing tons of competition come into the platform, and they're all going to run into the same problem, and they're all going to end up jetting and leaving too. That would be my prediction as well. Once they figure out they're locked in to that one thing that they've built a little bit of following on, and they can't go anywhere else. You know, it has to be an opening or a subset of the algorithm that is specific to Facebook gaming, that allows pages to have more reach towards the page total following than what pages are normally getting. And I don't know. I don't see them doing that, but that's the only way I can see Facebook gaming actually working out well, if they open up more of the algorithm. And they can do this, but it's going to require some programming. It's going to require some development. And it's going to require some understanding of how gaming creators operate and what their needs are. And if they don't address those properly with the algorithm, it's going to be a rocky road ahead.
Ross.
And that kind of brings us right into our next one. Reach your full audience and just not a minor percentage of your audience. This has been an issue that's kind of outside Facebook gaming and has creeped into Facebook gaming and kind of taken that over too. For people who don't know, and I admittedly haven't seen the most recent numbers on this, but I know as of mid 2020, as far as the reach that actual Facebook pages get, you're only reaching about 6 to 10% of your audience with everything that you post out. And that's just if there's no links or nothing else in there whatsoever. So what can Facebook do to open this up when their business model is based on getting you to pay for your full audience to see your content?
Ooh, I have an idea, and I'll kick it over to Perrin. My idea is let people pay money to advertise their live streams. And I know that is an option for some people, or it's an option in a small capacity. But if it's going to be a pay-to-win platform, Facebook gaming, then you need to have an easy way as a Facebook creator to boost your stream while you're live and actually get concurrent viewers off of it and have it not hurt you in the algorithm. So they need to separate advertising from the main algorithm. And they can just say, look, do you want to boost your stream today? I think a lot of streamers would say, you know what? I might throw $5 behind that. Or if somebody gives you a, some Facebook stars, maybe you take the money that you would have made off those Facebook stars, give it a $10 boost. And if that gives you a significant amount of viewership on your stream and helps you grow, people are going to be willing to reinvest back into their business. I think people would be fine with that. However, if you're running ads and then you're getting a really bad click-through rate on those ads as people are browsing on Facebook gaming and they're looking for streams and it hurts your stream, then that's something that people are not going to be interested in doing. So advertised streams, I'm fine with it. I'm totally fine with it. I mean, think about it. Creators, you're already investing money into TubeBuddy and into Restream, into gear, into an editor, into graphic designers, into all of these things to grow your career as a streamer. Wouldn't you be willing to drop, I don't know, $20 a week, $50 a week if you can afford it, maybe even $100 per week if it significantly helped you grow your audience faster on Facebook gaming? I absolutely think that a lot of streamers would be willing to do that. And so what if it's pay to play? Look, that's stakes for the game on Facebook gaming. It's a pay-to-play platform overall, so that wouldn't be a change at all. You're the advertising expert though, Perrin. What's your take on this advertise streams versus not?
Actually, we had a relevant question in chat too from Grugrex43 saying, Facebook wants us to use ads. That's what I thought going into Facebook gaming. That's what I was excited about as an advertiser. It's like, oh, okay, I can actually utilize advertising to market my gaming channel on Facebook. I feel like that's something that none of the other players have, and that's something unique to Facebook that could that they're bringing to the table that could make them big. And it turns out that that is not the case at all. They've actually separated they've separated gaming from advertising almost completely. There really isn't a way because of the difference between likes and page likes and follows, and where follows is specific to Facebook gaming and page likes is more specific to like the rest of Facebook. They separated that out so that advertising doesn't work pretty much at all. There are some like strategies that kind of do some things, but like not to the level it needs to. Advertising doesn't work for Facebook gaming. They didn't bring their unique value add. They didn't bring their top tier advertising platform, the best in the market, to be a difference maker in the live streaming world. That's a huge failure on their part. That's why I was excited going into it. We should be able to do something like this. We should be able to advertise our streams in Facebook Ads Manager effectively in a way that works and can grow our concurrent viewership directly. And you can't do that right now. I don't see them changing that at all. Basically, it's the reason I don't see them doing it is because they're too afraid of what people are going to say when they're advertising live content. They can't control it enough. They don't have enough control. And if Zuck doesn't have that kind of control, he's not going to want to do it. So they have to be advertiser safe, and they can't confirm that. They're not going to do it. But that's what I was hoping there were going to be features. Since there's not, I mean, well, they need to find a way to make it happen. If they don't do that update, they're losing their major competitive advantage over all the other streaming platforms, and they're never gonna pull out of a rut where they're just not growing viewership right now. What's next, Ross?
Next on the list is the ability to make content about multiple games without killing your page. Now, this is an issue that I know, Perrin, you've actually experienced, and you actually have experience in this very recently. One of the biggest problems that live streamers face is burnout from playing the same game over and over and over. And correct me if I'm wrong here, guys, but it doesn't really feel like Facebook cares about your feelings in this particular instance.
I mean, look at the stream on the screen right here. You're playing Valheim. How did that go on your page that's primarily another game there, Perrin?
Oh, terribly. I mean, not even close to my regular viewership. I think it was like less than 10 times in the distribution section of Facebook Creator Studios, like less than 10 times my normal reach and engagement, etc., which I knew it was going to do, but I wanted to play a different game. I wanted to play a trending game that's blowing up right now in a big way, and even still, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because comparatively to the rest of my audience, it doesn't receive as much initial engagement, so the algorithm won't push it as far, unfortunately.
So, I mean, a lot of people ask us the question in chat, should I create multiple Facebook gaming pages from multiple games? As it stands right now, I don't see a way around it, unfortunately. When you just look at the numbers, and Perrin showed it to us in his bad dashboard over and over again, and in my own testing on my own page, if you build your audience around a particular game and you stream another game, the distribution is decimated, like literally 1/10 or 20% of what it normally is. And then when you go back to your main game, when you switch between games, it will permanently or semi-permanently decrease your reach with the main game because you switched games to a new game. That is an extremely punishing system. And here's Perrin's numbers right behind me. It's an extremely punishing system for that to be the case. I mean, look, here's the number right behind me, 7.8x lower right here. This number he's showing us right behind me right here, 7.8x times lower as soon as he switched the game once. His previous streams was his main game, just back to back his main game. Then he switched up to a new game one time, and he got 7.8 times lower distribution just because he mixed it up one time. Facebook, do you want streamers to stick around on your platform? Guess what? They can't just stream the same fucking game every single day. It doesn't work. You've got to give them algorithm reach for new games when they switch it up. Give people the opportunity to maybe 1 in 3, 1 in 4 times they live stream to try something else out. This is systematically burning out the talent on your platform that's actually growing, and it's going to drive them away to other platforms. Creating a whole new Facebook page for every single game that you're going to be streaming is not viable for live streamers. It's just not viable at all. Figure out a way for creators to split up their audience between these games and have maybe separate audiences or separate algorithm reach for different titles that you're creating content for on the same page. Think about it. If a creator creates content for game 1, can they have a separate algorithm reach just for that game? Create game 2, can they have a separate algorithm reach just for that game, etc.? That would be wonderful. Think about it. Think about the long term. Think about the streamers and how they may want to play the latest games. Do you want streamers to play the latest games on your platform? Stop punishing them for trying the latest games. Back to you, Ross.
I want streamers to play whatever game they want, and they can do that by potentially winning a $1,100 value gaming creator bundle sweepstakes. We're giving away a Rodecaster Pro podcast production studio, a Procaster microphone like you're seeing here, professional studio boom arm, shock mount, pop filter, Restream.io standard license for 3 months, and even a TubeBuddy Legend license for 3 months. This is a huge giveaway. This is all stuff that we use. I swear by this equipment. I used to work in radio. This is better than most equipment you're gonna see in radio. Go sign up for this. Have a chance to really take your quality up to the next level. 100% worth the value here. Number 6 on our list, make hanging out available to everyone and change the name to just chatting. This one's really kind of baffling to me. The fact that just chatting on Twitch is just leagues ahead of literally every other gang per se on the platform, and Facebook is almost like holding it back. Like they really aren't sure they really want you to, have engaged chats with people here.
It's ridiculous. I mean, this is the #1 trending category in the world. Perrin, how come they don't have it for everybody? What the hell's going on?
What'd you do, Perrin?
So they're testing it for partners only right now, and I'm trying to find it here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh my.
We found it. 2.1K people here right now. Like, they're testing it out with, the problem is they're only rolling out the partners. I feel like Facebook Gaming is really worried about the value that they're providing their current partners, which is great that they're really concerned about that. But this isn't, I don't think this is something that's specific to them anyway, and this is providing them that much tangible value. There's literally only 3 streams right here right now because nobody else can access this feature. And it's not going to grow or get big if they don't roll it out to everybody. And if it's not being used too much, they're not going to roll it out to everybody. So they're trying to like run numbers on it or provide some, I don't know, provide some feature for partners first, some exclusive access. And it's actually hurting them, and it's shooting themselves in the foot. They just need to roll it out to everybody because that's how just chatting works. That's how hanging out should work. Although I hate the name hanging out. I think it's way worse than just chatting. Hanging out is so like 2007 of something to do. You don't hang out with people anymore. And that's aging me a little bit even there, me just looking at it. So change, just copy Twitch and just call it just chatting. And then I guarantee you it'll end up being the same top category on Facebook Gaming as well, like it is on Twitch. Just blatantly copy Twitch, Facebook Gaming. It's okay. We won't hate you for it. Just copy them. Okay? They did something good. Just do that and roll it out to everybody. There's no reason to do this stuff. It's just pointless in my opinion.
I agree. And one thing I'd like to point out about hanging out, the word itself kind of means like physically being around someone. Nobody can do that right now. And so like that it doesn't even capture the concept of what it is. You're doing online chatting. You're not hanging out. Hanging out means like if you say, "Hey, you want to go hang out?" You're not saying, you want to do internet stuff with me? It literally doesn't mean what it is. Like they just totally screwed that one up. Like whoever's on their team, like advising them on what the names are, you like need to get people to actually stream video games on the internet to advise you on that. Back to you, Ross.
Oh, you guys are such millennials with that language. Number 7, Facebook to license good music to all partners and level up creators. I think this is important for every platform, but obviously we're talking about Facebook. So let's talk about Facebook. Why are you doing this to music, Facebook, especially when your platform is notorious for just muting videos completely if there's even a hint of a copyrighted song playing in the background? Like somebody could be humming it and they're going to mute it.
This is true. And so it's actually not that hard to license music for a video platform. I know. because I advise a tech company who just did it for their video platform. And what you have to do is you just contact the 3 major music companies. You let them know, hey, here's what my platform's about. Here's what's going to potentially happen on my platform. And what I'll do is I'll give you a percentage of revenue generated specifically from streams that contain music from your particular label. And that's it. And then you just give me a license to stream music on the platform forever. And guess what the music labels say? Okay, so the musicians that I represent, they want to make more money, right? I tell them I just cut a deal with the platform for them to make more money, right? You got it. And they sign the deal because they now get a cut of the music that's on the platform. And that's exactly what music labels want. That's exactly what the artists that they represent want. It's actually quite easy to do. Like an individual person, not even Facebook, an individual person, I advise, just individually contacted all Universal Music Group, Warner Partners, all of these names that you see on the screen right now, Cobalt Music Group, etc., and just licensed all this stuff. Just one dude. So I'm pretty sure Facebook can do it. Not very difficult. Perrin, what are your thoughts on this?
Done it. They already have the deal. The deal is made. The bargain has been struck. They've made the deal with Universal Music Group, Warner Music Group, Sony Music Entertainment, Cobalt Music Group, BMG Publishing, Merlin, and many partners that they're just not listing. Which this is pretty much like all music. I mean, for the most part, there's going to be very rare amounts of music that you're not going to be able to use. Right now, it's only rolled out to Facebook gaming partners, which, okay, I kind of, again, this is go back to that thing. They're trying to provide like tons and tons of value to their Facebook gaming partners. I mean, you need to adopt new people onto the platform. You need to get new viewers over the platform. They've missed the boat twice now on using this feature to attack and pull viewership away from Twitch, when Twitch has been having the huge trending DMCA issues, and this has happened twice now in the past couple of months. Facebook Gaming could have used this and said, hey, guess what? All of our partners, all of our streamers, they can just stream whatever music they want. You don't have to worry about that. Are you having trouble with that over Twitch? Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Why don't you come over to our platform where you can just play whatever music you want? I guarantee you it would work. It would work even though it's Facebook Gaming, even though it's Facebook, and gamers would be like, Facebook, kind of gross. But they would love this feature, and they could attack Twitch and directly just pull user base away from Twitch with it in a really significant way. They've missed 2 opportunities to do that now. Just because it's gated to partners only. Since it's gated to partners only, nobody cares. Nobody cares about this feature right now. This is like the 3rd time or 4th time we've talked about it on these podcasts. Still, no one comments about it at all. No one cares. Because no one cares. Why? Because your average streamer can't have this. So nobody cares.
Yeah. Also, I'd like to point out, we managed a creator network with partners and top level partners versus like the base of everybody else. And guess what? Your top level partners don't care about features like this. Just by the way, Facebook, if you're listening, they don't actually care. They might DM you back when you're talking to them and say, cool, thanks. Or you might be like, yeah, they like that. Or you hop on a call and they're like, wow, that's great. They'll say that to you. They don't actually care about hanging out. They don't care about the music thing. They're just like, sure. They could just go buy their own music license, man. They don't care. If you're a partner, you're already making enough money to get your own music license and to do these sorts of things. I just think they're overvaluing these tiny value adds that they're adding right here and thinking that that's some major big wow for their partners. It's not. They do not care that much. They might tell you they think it's cool, but they don't care that much. And so you need to give it to everybody. The small streamers, the people that are growing, are the ones that actually care. So you're totally missing the boat on where the value should be delivered on this stuff.
Yeah.
Big streamers, partners, they want to make more money and they want to get more viewers. And if you can't make them more money or get them more viewers, they don't care at all. So stop thinking this stuff matters to your partners, because it doesn't. That's amateur hour. Back to you, Perrin.
Yeah, you just said it there. But I was gonna say the only thing that your major partners care about is making more money. So stop giving them these random features where they're like, okay, that's great, whatever. Give them more money and give these features to all the other creators. So you actually have creators who can grow. They have an advantage to bring audience to the platform. Because right now you've got a huge issue, Facebook Gaming. You've got a huge issue. You have tons and tons of new content creators coming here, but they're not bringing any audience at all. That's going to be a problem. You want to go down to Mixer Town? Because this is how you go to Mixer Town. This is exactly how you go to Mixer Town. You get your platform killed when you have too many creators publishing so much shitty content on your platform and not bringing any viewership over. In order for these creators to bring viewership over, they need to be bringing something new to their viewer base, like being able to stream whatever music they freaking want to. That would be a huge one. Stop providing these random things, benefits. Anyway, I'm beating a dead horse here, but stop providing random benefits to your partners. Provide the benefits to everyone on the platform so that you can actually grow your viewership base.
Growing creators grow platforms, not big creators that already made it. Back to you, Ross.
All right, so the next one on the list is an Instagram Live integration. They already have that with messaging. And if you want to reach a new audience and potentially pull new people onto the platform, it feels like being able to share onto a platform that you also own would be a good idea, but yet it doesn't exist. Hey, well, I'm going to go to you first on this one, so Perrin's blood pressure come down a little bit because he's getting really hyped up. And I love you. Want to handle this, Perrin? You want this one first?
Yeah. You better give me a second. I'm raging.
All right, hey, well, you're up, buddy. Instagram Live integration. Let's go.
Yeah, so there's this platform. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. You might pull out your phone. I think it's an average of 32 to 54 times per day to look at it. It's called the Instagram. And it has these things on it called pictures and stories that people like to look at. And so there's a tension happening on people's phones. They're watching this. And wouldn't it be interesting if the billion people that use Instagram, I bet some of those people like video games. And I bet Facebook knows which of those people using Instagram like the video games that you're playing. So what if, when you're streaming video games, I know this is mind-blowing. I know, this is crazy. What if the video games that you were streaming showed up on Instagram while they were looking at that app? Thank you very much.
I think that pretty much covers that one. Yeah. Okay. So what do you do, by the way, if Facebook gaming happens to go to Perrin's Mixer Town? Well, if you don't have an audience built up anywhere else, you're not going to be able to do very much. That's why we always recommend using restream.io. Stop streaming to just one platform. Start streaming to all of them. Start growing on all of them. Build up a fan base in case the one that you're exclusive to just happens to die. Like right now, we are streaming to Facebook, Twitch, Trovo. I think even D Live's in the mix. You could.
We tried streaming to Twitter, but Twitter's broken. Twitter, you suck.
I think war broke. I think it's Twitter. But anyway, go to restream.io and sign up. You can use the link that I'm dropping in the comments right now and start streaming to every single platform at once. Number 10 on our list, upgrade Facebook groups to be more like Discord. I think this is actually probably one of the most important points in this episode that we're talking about today, Perrin.
Yeah, so I mean, as gaming creators, we have so many different platforms and different tools and different software things and stuff to sign into and use. And Discord has done a really, really good job of housing gaming community. Groups could do something very, very similar. And they're like, Facebook's already kind of in a decent direction of connecting groups to Facebook gaming creators pages and making like, an exclusive group automatically users are added to when they become fan subscribers. The problem is groups kind of suck. So, and Discord's just better. Discord is just better. Voice comms, like multiple channels, just better flexibility.
Live chat. I mean,
and chat,
live text chat. Yeah.
Live text chat. Like you've got to bring all of these 2020 features into groups. It being like this old message board from 1999 is not going to work. And for gaming creators, that's just not what they're looking for. They're not looking for a forum anymore. I don't know if you've noticed on the internet, but forums are kind of dead and they've been dying because of platforms like Discord. Discord has been killing them. So get out of...
They're not immediate enough, right? That's why Clubhouse is blowing up right now. People want immediate interaction with people on the internet, with live streams, immediate audio chat, immediate text chat. You're right. How come you have to send a message in a Facebook group and then hope that it hits the algorithm and then maybe reaches someone else through Facebook? Like, why can't I just instantly communicate with people through groups? That's the way groups of people communicate on the internet now. The hell's going on, Zuck?
That's why it's called groups. Yeah. It's easy. Like they're just going to use these other apps. So as a creator, Facebook, you could for your creators, if you could simplify this thing so they don't necessarily have to use Discord. A good Facebook gaming creator, one of your partners, can just have everything on Facebook. I mean, you almost have all the infrastructure there already to do all of this. If you did that, it would be so easy to create on Facebook gaming, the creators would just do it because it's easy, because everything is there and it's convenient. If you appeal to that convenience, you'll do yourself a favor and you'll win over a lot of creators. Otherwise, groups are pointless. It's a pointless feature. And then you try to sell it to everybody like it's going to be useful, but it's really freaking pointless. And it's not a value add like you think it is. And we see right through it. We know that, oh, well, I'll just use Discord. Discord's way better anyway. And unless you're going to change that, stop selling us groups because they don't work.
Yeah, you can't. And also one thing to add is you can't post your live streams in a group and reach anybody. And if you do, most people aren't going to click and they're going to end up, it's going to end up hurting your live stream. So they tout the groups as a great feature to build your gaming community. It's a terrible feature to build your gaming community. You want people to watch you. Like, what do streamers want? They want more concurrent viewers and they want more money. How do you get more concurrent viewers? You can't use a group to do that. How do you make more money? You can't use a group to do that. So why the hell do you have the group there? And why are we talking about that's a great way to build a community? It's not. It's a terrible way to build a community. Groups are good for things like mom's couponing groups or like, you know, what's happening in your neighborhood right now and stuff like that. Gaming needs to be immediate. It needs to be immediate interaction with no algorithm filter. You just reach people live in the minute. That's what live streaming is all about. And Facebook is completely missing the boat on groups. Back to you, Ross.
Just for people to understand how the algorithm works here, when you share your live stream to a group and a lot of people see that live stream, it gets a lot of impressions, but nobody clicks to watch, that essentially tells Facebook's algorithm that nobody wants to watch this because it's bad content, and then you're just going to have no reach whatsoever. That's why we always recommend not sharing your live stream into a Facebook group. Number 11, keeping on the chat, AOL Instant Messenger integration, I think is what we actually know. Number 11, give subs and other. Yeah. Number 11 is give subs and other features that support subscribing. They have stars, but it feels like a lost cause with stars, honestly, if I'm being honest.
It's tough to get subs, right, Perrin?
No, so there's subs, like stars are actually good on Facebook gaming. They're better than bits. So they're off to a good start there. The problem is subscribing. The culture, the tribal nature of communities is not there because of the emote problem we talked about in number 1. But outside of that, if you go to Twitch and you look at where most of the subscription behavior happens, it happens a lot through gifting. Twitch relies a lot on whales, and if you guys don't know what whales are, those are like the top, 10% of buyers on any given product or platform. Twitch relies a lot on whales to fund their platform, which means users with like endless amounts of money that they can just throw at it. And so gifting was perfect for that. Facebook, if you want to make money, Mark Zuckerberg, I'm talking to you. If you want to make money, gifted subs. It's one of the best ways for creators to actually get subs too, because it incentivizes large donors to support not only the creator, but the community. It's also a very good community building tool. The fact that they didn't launch with that is actually like a crime. That feature, they lost money by not rolling out with that feature specifically. And subscribing is harder on Facebook gaming. And I'm sure those of you who've been Facebook gaming creators have noticed this. You don't get as many subscriptions on that platform as you might get on Twitch. One is because the gifted subs aren't there. And so you don't have whales having this ability to provide to the community and really do this action of goodwill and get some street cred within the group. And you don't have the tribal nature of the community. And without those things, users aren't going to subscribe. However, at least stars are working out pretty well so far. So they got that going for them, which is nice. I don't know. What's your take here, AWOL?
My take is I don't have anything to add. I want to add a thing that Ross skipped over in our list of a feature that we want. It's a bonus feature for the end of the episode. It is full metadata for thumbnails in OBS, XSplit, and Streamlabs. I want to make sure that is included in future. It's really difficult to go set up your stream in Facebook gaming, go set up your stream in YouTube, go set up your stream everywhere, then go live, then hit a million different buttons to try to go live everywhere, and then you're live. Like, why can't we just, through these broadcasting platforms, input all of the metadata, all of it, not some of it, all of it. Why can't we do the title, the description, the tags, the thumbnail, the posting to groups? Why can't you open up your API, Facebook, so these broadcasting softwares can go live to your platform? Gamers are not using Facebook Camera. Like, they're all using OBS, XSplit, and Streamlabs. So why do we have to go use your platform plus these broadcasting softwares and do a complicated process to go live? Don't you want more streams on your platform to have custom thumbnails? Don't you want the streams on your platform to be higher quality? Then why are you making it more difficult to make our streams more clickable and higher quality? I just think across the board, the overall reach of Facebook gaming would drastically increase if they let streamers actually increase the quality of their streams by adding custom thumbnails everywhere and making it easy to add custom thumbnails. This would give them a leg up on YouTube, on Twitch, on Trovo, on DLive, on Twitter, on everything in terms of live streaming, because you'd be able to actually implement a thumbnail directly through your broadcasting software, and then their platform will be full of custom thumbnails. And what do custom thumbnails do? Custom thumbnails get clicks. And what do clicks do? Engage users on your platform and keep them there. It just seems like a no-brainer to add that to the API for Facebook gaming. Why are you making it more difficult for the streamers on your platform to do high quality content? Ross, get us out of here, buddy.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And it's great because when new users, new gamers go to the platform and they see how difficult it is to actually get set up, it's a huge turnoff. And a lot of people don't have time to sit around and fool with that. So they're just going to bounce and go somewhere else. It's pretty much common sense at this point. If you have any suggestions for what you want to see on Facebook gaming, hit us up in the comments. Let us know. Hit us up on Twitter. We want to talk about it with you. We will be back tomorrow. I believe we're talking a little Valheim tomorrow. See you then.